What is up, Gear Squad? Shane Gear here, bringing you another video. And today we are back with the third conference for E3 week, and that is Microsoft. Let's just get this out of the way. For me, this conference was lit. They dropped bombs. On the conference, dude. We started off with EA, went to Bethesda, and now we're at Microsoft. Now, it is pretty late when we're recording this, and we actually don't have that much time until the Sony conference. We are going to talk about the Ubisoft conference, and hopefully all of this stuff will get out by the end of this week. But this is a lot of delicious content we're about to talk about, and I'm not by myself, of course. This is a GearCast event, and I am here with loyal co-host, Vampire Peaches.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? It's over. We lost. Oh my god, it's high noon.
It's high noon.
God, that was slaughter. I was just getting so happy for everyone. And then there were like two really boring demos, and I was like, no, exciting. This is awesome. But we'll talk about that when we get to that.
This is crazy. Let's just jump right into it. I want to make sure we get into the details for all of you guys at home who haven't got to watch this yet or just want to recap. We're going to go through again every single announcement, and there were a ton of announcements. EA and Bethesda both had one page for me on my notebook. This had two full pages. So let's jump right into it. Number one, off the bat, Mike dropped and said, hey, we got Xbox One S, otherwise known as the Xbox One Slim, and it is $300. And they mentioned Team Xbox like a ton. Phil Spencer came out. It was like, Team Xbox, guys, we got this awesome thing. It's lighter, 40% smaller, 4K video, HDR gaming. It was crazy. I mean, I was like, okay, this is nice. This is dope. It's $300. There's a reason to get an Xbox now if you want it. It looks good. It runs well. It's got 2 terabytes in it. And for all of those 500 gigabyte PlayStations, people's playing this, oh my God, the PlayStation and the stupid 500 gigabytes is driving me nuts. And this 2 terabyte 4K video HDR gaming machine, it was just like, yeah, by the way, we did have another console. You guys already know about it, so here it is. They also have a new controller that came with it as well, which is the third new controller. But they just added a texture grip on the back, so that means you can hold the controller better wireless range. But again, it was a crazy mic drop. Peaches, how did you feel about just showing this $300 console right off the bat?
It's over. Yeah, it's over. $300, 2 terabytes HDR. It's over. I'm gonna say it a lot, but it's like, I was just like, good. That's the way you start. It's like, hey, mic drop right out of the gate. Well, then again, it's not as much as a mic drop as it is. Phil Spencer was like, hold on, I dropped my mic. Here we go. Oh, crap, I dropped it again. Wait, one more time. And then Platinum Games came out and I fell asleep. But then...
Dude, it was crazy. It was crazy. They started off with the Xbox One S, and then they moved on to Gears of War 4. Gears 4, this is a big deal for all the Gears fans out there. First of all, they started talking about this thing called Xbox Everywhere. And let me tell you, this was the best thing they could have said for anyone that doesn't have an Xbox and doesn't want to buy one. Xbox is everywhere. Xbox is on my PlayStation. No, I'm just kidding. Xbox is on my PC. It's on my Android. Xbox Live is everywhere. I got a lot of friends who play Xbox, a lot of them, and none of them are planning on buying PlayStation 4s. But you know what? I have a rig. I have a computer that I built. You have a laptop. I have a MacBook. I don't think I'm going to be able to play on MacBook, but definitely not going to be able to play on MacBook. But I have an Android, and we're going to be able to play some of my favorite games with my friends who have Xboxes, and I don't plan on getting an Xbox yet. And so Gears really, they were like, listen, one of the best games out there, the game that we know you guys are waiting for, is going to be, if you buy it for Xbox, you'll get it for Windows 10, which means if you buy it for Windows 10, maybe you'll get it for Xbox. I'm not sure. But either way, these games are all on Windows 10. Almost every single game you're going to hear us talk about is on Windows 10. And so Gears, they talked about, they showed gameplay. Personally, honestly, I really wasn't into the gameplay that much.
Okay, I thought it was completely crazy because I was just like, yeah, well, I hold Gears up to like its belovedness along with Halo, but like it's Xbox's Uncharted, but not really in terms of third-person action, like cover shooting, whatever. So I was looking at it, I was like, it's pretty. It's really pretty. It looks serviceable. It looks fine. Like literally, I was like, everything looks fine. Like I didn't know how else to like feel about it. I was like, this just looks okay. But when like comparatively to like something like Uncharted, like even if I wasn't a fan of the game and I saw the Uncharted demo, I would have crapped my pants. This was not crap my pants, but this was great. I can't wait for my friends to enjoy and play this.
Yeah, I mean, Gears 4 is, again, a big entry in the Gears of War franchise. And again, if my friends on Xbox get it, the biggest thing is I've got a rig that can definitely handle a Gears of War. So that's what's awesome, is that like now I can play with my. We'll talk more about that later. But yeah, Gears 4, they had a full gameplay thing for it. So you guys are interested in Gears 4, definitely go check it out. But again, there's not really going to be much about myself and Vampire Peaches talking about if we're going to get these games. We both do not own Xboxes, but I will mention if I plan on getting it for my PC. And we may talk about if you're going to get some games on your PC as well. I know you have a Surface, but also on your Android tab or your Android, or no, you have an iOS phone, don't you? Oh, awkward. Okay, well, we'll talk about it later. So Gears of War 4, moving on. They also mentioned that they're bringing General Ram from Gears of War to Killer Instinct. I'm just going to kind of skip that because it really wasn't a big deal. Go ahead.
It was just one of those things where it's like, thank you for making Killer Instinct the most played fighter on Xbox One. I'm like, it's the only fighter on Xbox One. So it's like, that's just my salt there. Let's not get
that was pretty funny. They were like, yeah, this is the biggest, the greatest, best fighter on Xbox because we don't have fighting games on Xbox. And no one plays fighting games on Xbox.
Nope.
But yeah, no, I did think that was kind of, I thought it was cute because Killer Instinct is a big game. People love that game. And so, it's great that they gave, paid homage to it. And they were like, yeah, we've got more characters coming out too. So I thought that was cool. Moving on from Killer Instinct, they showed us Forza Horizon 3. That game looked gorgeous. And I'm telling you now, I'm going to get it for my Windows 10 PC. I thought the game looked gorgeous. I've never really gotten into a Forza game. I never really liked the original Forzas, but Horizon, like that's that kind of game that's more similar to like a Need for Speed, Burnout kind of arcadey game. And I definitely would love to hop on with my Xbox friends and my friends that have PC and just go ahead and drive out in these amazing, gorgeous looking locales and just have a blast in this game. It looks super awesome. You can have these crazy trucks next to these Lamborghinis. It just looked gorgeous. They mentioned it's in Australia. It was just super open. I mean, they were like driving on beaches, just open beaches, no roads. Gorgeous. Peaches, you have anything you want to say about Forza?
I mean, the most impressive thing to me was that he had a guy playing on the Xbox Slim, and then a guy playing on PC, and then he had a guy playing on the regular Xbox, and then he had a guy playing on this thing. I was just like, look at that. That's how you integrate on the steering wheel and stuff like that, which was, by the way, hilarious to look at. I'm like, look at this guy. That's a $300,000 chair. Like, great. People are dedicated to that. People are that crazy about Forza and Gran Turismo. So I was like, that's how you, like, hit it home that it's like this is an integral part of our ecosystem. This is a viable sort of thing that you need to get. The price point is right, and it's like, hey, we're gonna show you it. We're gonna show you, which makes me worried about, of course, Team PlayStation, where it's like, Adam, probably Andrew House is like, this thing is nowhere near powerful enough as that. We are going to take our ball and go home, and it's like, God, what the heck? All right.
Yeah. I mean, before we keep going on PlayStation, I'm sure we'll see. We'll see it for PlayStation, but I did want to mention, I forgot to mention this, I apologize. Gears 4 is coming out October 11th, and Forza Horizon is coming out in September. I didn't catch the whole day. I think it was like September 13th or something, but it is coming out in September of this year. So moving on, they showed us a Recore demo. It was gameplay. It looked good. I didn't actually think it looked great. The movement was kind of a little soggy to me. It wasn't really like crisp action-based movement. It was just kind of like that's the soggy sound. It just seemed like she was kind of like moving all over the place, and I didn't really love it. But they did mention a release date, and that's September 13th. And so that's really exciting as well. But it looked okay. It didn't make me feel like I was going to miss out on this game. And if it does do well, again, I can buy it for my PC, which makes me really excited. But how about you, Peaches? How did you feel about the game, or the gameplay that we saw?
I'm going to quote Colin Moriarty, and like it's the best way that I can also describe it. It looks budgeted as hell. Like it looks very like strangled. in the sense that like I was expecting something a lot more fluid. I don't necessarily know what I was expecting, like a third person shooter or like an action thing, kind of like Enslaved or something like that with a like companion. But like, yeah, I was definitely not expecting something so not square, but something so cornered, something so like static. You know what I mean? But overall, I thought it was good. Like the CGI trailer definitely had me. This is why you don't do CGI trailers. Like this is like I was definitely expecting something more. But then again, what could I really expect?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great that this conference they showed a ton of gameplay, and I'm glad that they showed us gameplay. Last year they showed us a CGI trailer. This year they showed us gameplay, and some people are going to love it. Other people, are just kind of going to let it go by the wayside. And I think for me and for you, we're going to kind of let it go. But the good news is that they showed us. I mean, showing us gameplay is always a double-edged sword, right? Like if they show it too early or they show it too late. But the good news is that we saw it and we got to make our decision about it. And I think ReCore, we'll see. I can't wait to see how Xbox players like it and the ratings for it. But we'll have to wait and see. Then a little bit of a surprise, but I'm glad that they brought these guys on. Folks over at Square Enix showed Final Fantasy 15, and I thought it was great that they showed Final Fantasy 15 because everyone kind of forgets that Square Enix is on Xbox, that they're not a PlayStation developer. They actually do have Xbox games, and so I thought that was cool that they showed that. And there was a little bit of awkwardness with the dude trying to speak English not super well, but it came across fine. And it was cool because it was a gameplay trailer, and it was with the Titan. And if you guys haven't seen this, definitely check it out. But Final Fantasy 15 has this giant Titan dude that literally looks like a Titan from Attack on Titan. Granted, he's been in the series. This Titan has been in Final Fantasy series before, but he came in and was kind of this big boss battle. The gameplay, I don't think the guy was playing very well, to be honest. But I got to hear Noctis's voice differently than I'm used to. And I was really happy about that. I'm really on board for this game. I played the demo. I loved it. I'm really excited for this game. And so to be able to see kind of this large-scale, huge behemoth, it's not the behemoth, but this giant Titan thing, you actually fight it and get to see how it kind of played out was really, really cool. And of course, they kind of reinstated that the game was coming out on September 30th. We've seen a lot of Final Fantasy, so it was nice to see again and remind folks that it's going to be on Xbox. But in general, I mean, I'm good with Final Fantasy. It's coming out in September. I'm ready for it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to play it. But I thought it was cool that they showed it. What did you think?
I wasn't impressed by this at all, actually. Like, I saw like how huge the Titan was and everything, and how gorgeous everything looked, and like the scale was awesome. But like with how can I explain it? It was another boring giant boss battle that sweeps at you. And I'm like, with a game that has such really intuitive combat that lets you warp anywhere, you would think that you have to take advantage of getting certain like points, maybe on the arms, maybe the neck, like actually utilize your warp to move around. And while your warp is charging, maybe like dash around and try to dodge it until you're able to go do that again. But no, it was roll. Wait till my friends get here. I'm like, Final Fantasy, you're better than that. Maybe the guy wasn't playing well. But maybe this is just a boring boss battle. I really hope it's the former. You know what I mean? I really hope there's more ways to like do that, because I was just like, I expect more from you guys. Like, really? This is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been playing Final Fantasy for a long time, and after I played the demo Dusk Sky, I mean, it looked awesome. Or the Platinum demo, actually, it was the Platinum demo. It felt and looked awesome. The gameplay was awesome. But yeah, you're right. It felt like the guy was playing wrong because he kept getting hit in the beginning, and I kept seeing warp signals. Like there was warp here, warp there, and he just wasn't doing it. And I was like, "What are you doing? Like, are you gonna play the game right?" And I couldn't tell what was going on. He literally just kept getting smacked around, and then finally he started to dodge. And then even after that, I was still waiting for him to warp, and he just wouldn't do it. And maybe it was because they didn't want to show all of the game or whatever. But because I played the demo and I feel good about it, I definitely was. It was just nice to see that battle. But I am with you. It was a bizarre demo. I think it would have been better if they just didn't show it at all. I think it's okay, but at the same time, it was important for Xbox to definitely show the fact that the game is on Xbox, because, I feel like people forget that. So moving on, they showed a game that not a lot of people care about at this point in time, The Division. They mentioned that a big expansion, the big expansion is coming out first on Xbox. Peaches, you have anything to say about this?
Let me express how much people don't care about this game. 93% of its PC user base is gone. Literally dropped, not in the servers. 93%. Changir, it's not even been 6 months, and already that gigantic portion of its user base is gone. So it's like, hey, let's come back. But they made the mistake of not showing like enough unique content for people to get coming back. I mean, look what's coming out in this procedural like around the end of the year. I guarantee PC users are going to be hopping on that freaking like Overwatch or Mafia or whatever, like coming or Battlefield like 1. I'm telling you right now, like the Division is going to be a barren wasteland this holiday. Like that pretty much sealed it for me. And even so, in the Ubisoft conference that you haven't seen yet, like once you see it, you can be like, no, this game's dead. Like it's that's a shame. It's a real shame.
Yeah, the division's dead. I'm with you, calling it now. The division's dead. I know a lot of people that played it, and a lot of people that said, "Yeah, it was fun. I'm done now." Unfortunately, they probably could have just started with. I think it's smart to do things, even though I know we kind of hate on EA for some of their practices. What they did with Battlefront, with having this kind of bare bones game come out, and people say, "Oh, yeah, it's good, I guess." I'm not really sure. To some degree, I kind of wish they just had a but a single player narrative focused division, and then made a second division and opened it up, or have like a smaller version of it that was really well made, and just kind of focus on that and make a second one. Because the division, honestly, is right now it's just kind of a crappy game, and it's unfortunate because it had a lot of potential. You remember it was one of my most anticipated games of the year. Huge letdown. Luckily, I kind of jumped off the train, so I didn't get hurt. But in general, it was a bit of a letdown, and I don't really think people cared about that. And to be honest, I don't think Xbox cared. They gave it a couple seconds, mentioned, yeah, definitely going to come out first on Xbox, and I think that was a signed deal that they did a long time ago. But moving on, they moved on to something that everyone was way more excited about. The crowd was way more excited about, Battlefield 1. And they mentioned that it is coming out again on October, I believe, 21st this time I heard. 21st.
That really made me mad.
Am I wrong?
Well, no. You're completely right. I'm just mad that it's like, hi, Battlefield 1, because we have this exclusive deal with them on Xbox. Yeah, we got some early stuff. Here's the same trailer that you saw like 3 times. I'm like, where are you going? What? No. Like, you had all this, like, not even like a highlight reel, like all the amazing footage that you guys captured like the past like 24 hours, like nothing there. It's like, here we go. No, come back. I want you to talk about stuff because I know you have this great relationship with Xbox. I don't know, but it was weird, but fine. We already got enough Battlefield content there, sure enough. But like, why show up at all other than that? Like, hey, you can get it early. Okay, bye.
Yeah, and that was literally what it was. They came on stage and said, hey, this game is coming out on the 13th for you guys on Xbox. And I think that this is really just a nod to saying, yeah, we do have a partner with Xbox, and we care about EA Access. And the fact that you guys have EA Access on Xbox means a lot to us, and we're going to show you. And I think that was it. And it was like, again, they didn't want to take up, screen real estate in terms of time. They were like, hey, listen, you get 5 minutes. Get on there. Or not even 5. It was like 2 minutes. Get on there. Tell us what you have, and we'll just show the same trailer. Get out here. Because then we have to talk about the big changes in Xbox Live. And this was just funny to me. This was funny. Let me explain to you guys.
The entire time, and you know exactly why.
Let me go through this. First, they're like, hey, PlayStation, remember that thing you tried to do called PlayStation Communities? Those are crap. So we made clubs on Xbox Live. Also, we made Looking for Groups, which everyone wanted from Destiny. And now you can do it on Xbox Live. We also created Arena, which is a way better version of your guys' tournament system on Xbox Live. Also, we have cross-network compatibility with Windows 10, which means every single PC in the freaking world that we're trying to port over to Windows 10, and even though you have Xbox or Windows 7 or Windows 8, you're all going to have Windows 10 sooner or later, so suck it up. And now we have cross-compatibility network stuff with us. So, yeah, screw you, PlayStation. Also, we have more servers than you, so screw you, PlayStation. Also, remember that background music thing you did? Yeah, well, we're doing that too, so screw you guys. Also, you want to play in your own language? I don't care. Play whatever language you want to play in. You know what else? Cortana. What are you guys going to do? Put Google Now? No, because you guys don't have a speaker system thing because we're Microsoft. We're a giant company. Also, we have Xbox Live on every single freaking device that known to man. So if you have an iOS, if you have Android, if you have Windows 10, we've got Xbox Live everywhere. And they literally were just like, listen, Xbox Live is the best. Okay, we've had Xbox Live since Xbox, the original, came out 2002. And we don't mess around. You guys made a whole bunch of little trinkets. Well, we created that, and we're gonna own it. So we're gonna take everything you did, and we're gonna go way better. The Looking for Groups dominated. People are people make these websites, they make apps so you can find groups to play with. Now they're just like, don't do that anymore. Just come to Xbox. Just come to Xbox. Don't even worry about it. Destiny is one of the biggest games that kind of really made this looking for groups a really big thing again. And they literally like, stop using that site. Just come to us. This is a really, really, really big deal. It's not a nail in the coffin necessarily. PlayStation could totally revamp all of their stuff. But it was definitely like, listen, you guys are kids. We're not. We're a giant, massive organization that has a lot of power. And you guys think you're doing well right now, but not well enough. And Xbox Live honestly sounds awesome. I have Xbox Live, not the paid version, because I have a Windows 10 PC. And if I ever want to play a PC that has Windows 10 on it, which means in turns I have the Xbox app. And I do go on the Xbox app every once in a while to talk to some of my friends and see some game clips that they've put up. And now that they have all these other things, I'm going to join some clubs. I'm going to talk to some people. And if I ever get any games that are for Xbox One and Windows 10, I'm going to hop on and look for a group and play these games. Peaches, what did you think about this?
Well, it was pretty funny to me because it was like so petty but so good for Xbox users at the same time. But when it said that's on every device, you know what it felt like? It's like you were like a glitter bomb, like at everybody, being like, yeah, who cares if like the PS4 is the highest selling console ever and they have like a gigantic freaking user base that's completely gigantic and obnoxious and encompasses the entire planet? Well, we're gonna put it in your iPhones, we're gonna put it in your iOS, we're gonna put it on your tablets, and it's like, if we can't get consoles out there, we're gonna make sure they're Xbox users and everything else is gonna be in your microwave. Like, okay, who cares? Bye. That's great for you, but I don't see that being a nail in the coffin at all. That's good. It's if anything, it's just like, I'm so glad that you're able to find people to play with more, because I know all your friends have PS4s. Moving on.
I mean that's a good point. I mean, that is a good point. I mean, I definitely didn't feel that way because, again, I have a PC. So this is big for me, right? Like, for anyone
about the PC perspective, you're 100% right.
This is huge. The fact that Xbox Live is everywhere, because PlayStation can't follow that up. PlayStation can't be like, we're also putting PlayStation on Windows 10. It's like, oh, this is awkward.
No,
you're putting PlayStation.
Be like, look, a Messenger app works now. Download it again. No.
It's like, dude, this is huge. Like, yeah, you're right. Like, Xbox is selling. It's selling well. It's not selling as well as PlayStation, but it is selling. And now the price has dropped indefinitely to $300. People can pick it up. Maybe people will get confused with this Project Scorpio. I doubt it, because it's not even out yet. Well, we'll talk about Project Scorpio later. But like, in general, I think you're going to see Xbox One S and Xbox Ones, whatever, fly off shelves a lot quicker. It's a cheaper console at this point. And now anyone that has a PC doesn't have to buy a PS4. They can just play with their Xbox friends. They don't have to buy an Xbox, but at the price point of $300, and it's going to drop to $250, $200 later when the Scorpio comes out, that means that it's just a little tiny set-top box that you can just buy and put it in your entertainment system, and then you can just go over to your PC or your television and play it there. And if you have a laptop that is probably almost just as strong as the Xbox One, you can probably play your games there too. So this is a really big deal and a really big move for everyone. So I think this is a big deal. But let's move on to something that's also a huge deal, and still on the same thing with Xbox being everywhere and just all their games being everywhere. Minecraft. For those that don't know, Minecraft is owned by Microsoft. They bought Mojang, the studio that built Minecraft, along with Notch, of course, as well. And they have a big update called the Friendly Update. Minecraft's always they have these cute updates. And basically, with this, they added a couple different things. First of all, Minecraft is on every device, everywhere. It's the best-selling game of all time. And now you can play with everyone everywhere. That means on mobile devices and on your PC. Now, this was a little complex because they never actually mentioned that consoles were going to be able to play with other consoles. They always kept kind of tiptoeing around where the Minecraft you were going to be able to play. They did always mention that it was going to be on mobile devices and Windows 10, but they never really said, like, yes, it's going to be everywhere. It was a little complex, and I think that's just because they're tiptoeing around PlayStation. But who knows? Maybe we'll be able to play with PlayStation, or PlayStation will be able to play with everyone else as well. We're not really sure. They also mentioned Minecraft Realms, where you'll be able to have your own dedicated servers, so I can build a server, and you can jump on it when I'm not playing, which is not the case currently. You can get on a server, and then only if I'm on, you can jump on. And so this is way, way, way different. And when I say any device, by the way, I mean any device. That includes mobile and VR. So if you're playing Minecraft VR, Minecraft Pocket Edition, or Minecraft on your Windows 10, you can all play together. That is unprecedented, and it's awesome. Also, they mentioned texture packs for every single thing, like Pocket Edition and VR. And then the biggest thing that I think is that they are basically adding mods to the game. They're adding add-ons to the game, which means they basically are like, listen, if you didn't think you could do everything in Minecraft now, well, now you're going to be able to. They showed off the texture. So they have different textures, but they also show that you can change the AI and the way that NPCs work. They showed zombies reskinned as aliens, and they had blasters. They showed the normal NPC guys that walk around that look like Squidward. They got them to then don suits and glasses and start shooting people with bows. That was crazy. And this is a big game changer for Minecraft. I love Minecraft. I played it recently, recently for me, which was a couple months ago. And I'm definitely going to jump in. If all of my friends can play on every single device, this is huge. And this is really big for Microsoft. I just thought this was a really big deal. Peaches, what did you think about it?
Talk about a glitter bomb that is Minecraft. Like we're gonna put it in your microwaves again. Like that's just awesome. Like I mean, I love the idea of dedicated servers because it's always the time you're like, oh, Peaches is on. We can jump into our server now because Peaches is on, but I'm never on anymore because I'm doing art things. So it's like sweet. If I make a dedicated server, everyone will leave me alone, and I can come back to see amazing things, and add-ons will be amazing just to help like extend the longevity of like literally one of the greatest games ever made. Because remember that time, like 2 years ago, we were waiting for the PS4 conference where we played Minecraft for 12 hours straight.
Yeah, I mean that's like one of the first things I thought about is like literally like if I come home or you and I will both live around the same place, Boston, Massachusetts area, and like if one day I come over and we just play Minecraft a little bit, I'm like, dude, we should totally do this and build this. You're like, yeah, for sure. I go home, you stay where you are or whatever, and then you keep building. Then you go home or you go to school or something, and then I keep building. And then, I come back from work, I keep building, then you get on. I mean, we don't have to wait for both of us to be in the same place at the same time. And so this is really going to be a game changer for Minecraft in general. Minecraft literally is the best-selling game, and it's still the best-selling game, and I don't ever see that changing in the foreseeable future, just because it can continually grow, and it is extremely accessible. And the fact that it's in VR, the fact that everyone can play it anywhere, it's really just making the game better and better. And they're not changing it. They're not making a Minecraft 2. They're just making it more expansive. I think that was a really good choice. Anything else you want to say about Minecraft before we move on to, what was another, this part was really intense as well. So
let's move on.
All right. So actually, I forgot that they did mention, they showed a small little snippet of you can design your own controllers now. So basically, if you guys know the Evil controllers, or if you guys know basically all those custom controller companies, Microsoft's basically like, hey, step off, stop touching our controllers. We're going to do it now, okay? So now you can completely customize your own controller. You can make your controller look as sexy as you wanted to. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to buy one. I'm going to buy a controller. It looks gorgeous, and it'll be nice to just be able to use my Xbox controller on my Windows 10 PC. I use a DualShock 4 right now on my PC, and it's kind of annoying to have to mess with drivers all the time. So having a dedicated Xbox controller that's painted the way I want it, has my name on it, it's going to look pretty dope, and I'm going to want one. So I thought that was pretty cool. Did you want to say anything about that before we move on to the actual big piece? Okay, cool. All right, let's jump into this was big, and I was surprised, but it's good. They're still doing this, and I hope PlayStation does the same thing. ID at Xbox. This is indie development at Xbox. They just railed off tons of games. Sure. Oh, yeah, I have them too. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, let me do it. Because it was just everything that I'm excited for. We got Cuphead, Deliver Us to the Moon, Flint Hook, Far, Outlast, whatever that Outlast thing was. Slime Rancher, Shadow Tactics, Figment for the King, Beacon, Stardew Valley, that's a big deal. Hand of Fate, Below, Raiders, Bloodstained, which of course that's Keiji Inafune's game. That's gonna be on everything. That's not Keiji Inafune. That's Iga. That's Iga's game. Yooka-Laylee, Everspace. Hit a bit about Ark Survival Evolved. DayZ was mentioned, and then we had an amazing demo of We Happy Few, which I'm extremely excited for.
They crushed it. I mean, that was a really long and epic journey they took us on with all of these different games. I mean, you said it right. I mean, they named some really big games. They named, of course, Ark, which they mentioned is going to be part of Xbox Game Preview, and also on Xbox Everywhere, Xbox Everywhere, which means if you already bought the game on Xbox, you'll have it on PC. They mentioned the We Happy Few, which again is also part of Xbox Game Preview, which is basically their beta service, and that was sick. Being able to see gameplay footage of We Happy Few looked super awesome, and as crazy as I thought it was going to be. They also showed us, like you said, Outlast 2, which, I mean, is a big deal for many people. Outlast I love that game. They just showed a whole bunch of stuff, and of course, they kind of show-stopped it with a game, with a game that a lot of people are excited for, and you and I already said was going to happen. Gwent. CD Projekt Red's game from The Witcher 3, which you guys know about. I talk about it all the time. They have an in-game card game, and now that game is out of the game and is now outside and in its own game. A lot of games there.
Introduced me. He was like, "Wow, so we made this beautiful, gigantic, expansive world, and you guys are a bunch of nerds." It's like, yeah. That's your fault.
Yeah, that's exactly how he said it. He's like, you guys, we made this giant, all of this lore, tons of this space that you could just go ahead and explore, and you guys played cards. Well, if that's what you want, that's what you're getting. Again, it has a single player. It's cross-platform once again. Cross-platform, single player, the redesign, and if you want to get in the beta, you can go to playgwent.com. So that was really cool. I was really happy about that. I'm going to keep going just because we're kind of running out of time here. Actually, the PlayStation event is about to start, I believe, right? I'm about like 15 minutes, right?
I have my phone up just in case.
Yeah, so I just want to get through this, guys. But Tekken 7, they showed us an awesome story trailer, and they showed us how the story worked. For those that don't know, Tekken is a fighting game, and they've always had really awkward campaigns where they have weird beat-em-ups and all this stuff. This time, it's just an awesome campaign where you get to watch some awesome cutscenes that go right into the action, and then the fights happen, and it looks super good. I love Tekken. It's one of my favorite fighting games. I'll definitely be getting Tekken 7, probably on PlayStation, but it looked gorgeous. It looked epic. They mentioned that there's a whole new story, and the way that the story is being told looks awesome. Early 2017, and everyone on Xbox gets free Tekken Tag 2. Which is cool. I thought that was really cool. And they keep doing that. They also mentioned another game called Inside. This was for the ID Xbox, which is by the same people that made Limbo, and they also get Limbo for free as well. Moving on to the back page here. They mentioned Dead Rising 4, and we're going to kind of skip that because it was...
5 seconds. Frank
sure, go for it.
My favorite character in Dead Rising is back, and it's back to being multi-platform. So I'm ready. I'm ready to get my Dead Rising back.
Yeah, Dead Rising 4, that was a big deal. The reason I said skip it is because there was no gameplay. They kind of just showed, there was gameplay. There was a big gameplay trailer, I guess. But it was just kind of a trailer, and they said it was going to be out holiday 16. So cool, it's there, it exists. I'm sure they'll hype it up a ton later. But that was kind of it, right? Am I wrong? Is it holiday 17 or is
they just showed the CGI thing, and then they unexpectedly showed a crap ton of gameplay. It's like awesome.
Yeah. So Dead Rising 4, so you guys love Dead Rising or zombies, that's there. Scalebound, which you said was really boring. I thought it looked dope. I was really excited for it.
I was literally falling asleep. I was just like, again, like what's happening is awesome. The scale is awesome. Multiplayer is awesome. But man, it was so boring. It was like, like whatever.
Yeah, so I still think personally, like knowing Platinum Games, and I know the kind of games they make. Again, this is from playing gameplay. They don't make crappy games. Even if their budget is small, the gameplay is still gorgeous, and I mean the gameplay itself. I don't mean anything else. Even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they got really terrible ratings. Again, it's that budget constraint, but in general, you can see the Platinum action that's in there. And it's unfortunate when they have these small budgets, but I think that Scalebound really is going to be an epic game. And the fact that you were able to jump on the dragon, fly around, it looked like it was just going to be a better like Dragoon kind of game, and it just looked awesome in that respect. But I do know what you mean. I still felt like the gameplay, like the guy just wasn't playing it well. Like they were like, shoot the heart, and he like wouldn't shoot the heart. and like he was like shooting, and then he was like, I can't reach, and he like kept shooting, and I was like, what are you doing? Like I just felt like in general, like if you're playing a game, like play it well. Ballistic Phoenix said it best. He got really upset when we first saw the Order 1886 because the guy kept missing, and he's like, this game looks like crap because the guy sucks, and he said it ruined the whole entire thing, and he was never interested in the Order, which was just, it was so bad. You show gameplay, and because the guy sucked playing the gameplay, you don't care about the game. That was bad. I understand people always want to watch live gameplay, but sometimes it's better to stay away from the live gameplay. It's okay. Moving on. They showed an awesome trailer for Sea of Thieves. This is Rare's new title, which is literally this open world, expansive pirate game. It looked dope. I can't wait to jump into it. Again, it is an Xbox game, but it's Xbox everywhere, which means I will definitely be jumping into that for Windows 10. For Windows 10 on my PC. Did you want to say something about that, Peaches?
Yeah, I'm mixed on it because, you know, I told you, I was like, this is going to be it. This is going to be Rare's coming back. This is going to be like this really unique title. This is going to be one of my jealous of Xbox titles. So 2 things. 1, every single YouTuber in there was freaking annoying and ruined it for me personally. But 2, like it was enough for me to, I literally turned down the volume completely. Just watch the gameplay, just watch the sea battles, just watch the social interactions that you can have. And I'm like, this is it. This is it. And since it's going to be on PC, I don't have to get an X back. So I'm excited. Like, it's going to be great.
Yeah. I mean, let's hope that you can play it on your Surface tablet. But, you know, we'll have to see if it actually plays. But in general, yeah, I mean, the game looked dope. I didn't actually mind the YouTubers. I thought that the EA conference was worse. I thought the EA, you know, that really awkward EA crap with the I don't know, that was really awkward. But I know what you mean. I wish they kind of just showed gameplay, but it was cool. It looked dope.
To our beloved rivals at Microsoft, if you need tame, very handsome, very, very well-spoken YouTubers to demo your stuff, you know what it calls.
Just give us calls. Just give us calls. Okay, just running this out still. We're literally 7 minutes before the next conference. They showed State of Decay 2. They didn't actually show gameplay, but this is kind of a big deal. Go ahead, Peaches. You seem like you have a lot to say about it.
Oh, I don't. It just looks so rad. It's going to be on PC, so I don't care. Yay!
Yeah, I mean, State of Decay, I think. I mean, here's the thing, though. You can't forget. You keep saying it's on PC, but when it's on PC, it's on Xbox for PC.
Right, Windows 10 Live for PC. So, like,
no, it's not Windows 10 Live. It's not Windows 10 Live. It's Xbox.
This is confusing me now.
It's Xbox. There is nothing else but Xbox. There's Windows 10 and Xbox.
Sure,
Xbox is on Windows 10. So this is a big deal. When you root for Xbox, you're rooting for Xbox. And this is the game changer I'm trying to get people to understand, is that like when you are talking about a game on Windows 10 and they're talking about it from the Xbox perspective, they might sell it on Steam, but it might be exclusive. When they say it's exclusive, they might mean it's exclusive to Xbox on Windows 10. That's a big deal. So we'll see how that works. And you might just be an Xbox gamer. You might just be Team Green. But that's another conversation for another time.
I really like felt my platinum trophies creak like behind me. I'm like, you're fine. I'm not going anywhere.
Did want to mention actually, before we finish this out, that on Minecraft, this girl, the woman who is showing Minecraft, and she's like, that's right, I just got an achievement on my iPad. I flipped because I was like, if only I could get trophies on my Android phone. That's all I ever wanted. All right, so the next thing was Halo Wars 2, an amazing trailer. I thought it was gorgeous. And if you guys are into those kind of top-down, I can't think of what they're called off the top of my head, not MOBAs, but that RTS? Sort of RTS. Thank you. Yeah, RTS, real-time strategy games. You know, Halo Wars was great, and Halo Wars 2 looks really dope. It's huge. It's a massive game. I mean, this was like really big RTS, like bigger than I had seen before. So I'm excited to see how that goes. That's coming out in February 21st, 2017. And then again, they kind of jumped into this Xbox Everywhere thing just to kind of restate that we literally are having Xbox Everywhere and that we want everything to be integrated. And we want to have anyone play with anyone everywhere. And again, they kept kind of mentioning that, you know, they kept mentioning consoles overall. So we'll see if there's going to be this cross-console play. Maybe they were just kind of, you know, saying, hey, Sony, it's up to you. But then they really did mic drop. And this is the last thing that we really have to talk about before the next 4 minutes. Project Scorpio. and Project Scorpio is basically they're like, hey, remember when you guys heard about Project Neo? You know, PlayStation Neo, that new thing. Well, we have something too, and it's true 4K gaming and VR capable. So have fun with that little thing, the PlayStation Neo, but we have something better. And it's literally going to be the strongest console in the world. And so basically they were like, remember, you know, I know PlayStation's better than the PlayStation 4 is better than the Xbox One and the Xbox One S, but the Scorpio is going to dominate it. So have fun. Have fun while you can. The Scorpio, they came out with some developers. They came out with the publishers themselves, and they were like, this is the strongest console we've ever seen. They had a lot of nerd speak, and that's who it was for. It was for developers. They even mentioned that. But it honestly, this is a really big game changer. You know, it's going to be, I don't know who's going to buy it. I don't know who's going to use it. But in general, we're going to have to see how this goes. They also mentioned that all these titles are across everything, which means that if you buy the Scorpio and you play a game on the Scorpio, you'll still be able to play with your Xbox One friends and your Xbox One S friends. But Project Scorpio is basically a new console on the Xbox. It's going to be an Xbox One platform game. And it's a console, and it's just the strongest platform. They had a whole bunch of nerdy speak in there, and I don't want to bore you guys with that. We're running out of time, but Peaches, final comments on the Scorpio, and then we'll just do a wrap up in 1 minute.
Two things. One, teraflops. Every time they said that, I was laughing my ass off because like that was just hilarious to him. Two, Todd Howard. That's a legitimate thing. But yeah. So Todd Howard was also there being like, yeah, we're really excited about this. I'm like, yeah, like now you literally have no excuse for any sort of frame rate dips, any sort of like weird thing with your world not rendering. Like, get it together, Bethesda. Todd, you literally have no excuse with the Scorpio now. So 3, it was kind of like I felt Shuhei Yoshida crap his pants like in the back, or Mark Cerny being like, crap, like in the front row, like, oh my god, no. All right, let's go wrap up. We got 2 minutes.
Yeah, so this is it. So the last 2 minutes, I'm basically just saying that this is what E3 is about. Like, if this was a sporting event, I mean, they dropped bombs, man. They didn't hold anything back. The boring stuff they kept at a minimum. I think the gameplay was the worst part. Those 3 games that they showed gameplay for, it was just not really great presentation of it. But still, I can't complain. It was gameplay. You know, I'm not going to complain when I see gameplay.
Forza demo. Forza was fantastic.
True. That game was gorgeous. But they just dropped bombs. They just talked so much about so much content, new hardware, Xbox Live just getting better, everything just getting better. And so in general, you know, I'm not going to rate it, but if I had to, it would be a really high grade. These guys, I think, killed it this year, and I can't wait to see what PlayStation has to bring. I hope they don't screw it up. Peaches, anything you want to say before we hop into this PlayStation conference?
We're dead. We're doomed. We're doomed.
We'll see. I love PlayStation, but we'll see what they do. Okay, guys.
I'm just so happy for Xbox. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, and it was the first time I was able to be excited because I'm going to be able to play those games on my PC. So, all right, let's cut this out. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys online. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys, and thanks for all your support.
Bye. Happy E3. We got to go.